Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A second down throw for Prescott. Big hold to the 30. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. All day.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
Now a handoff looking right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2nd down, Prescott. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Already he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a 1st down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Switch! Switch!
Prescott from the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Prescott. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play action now. Prescott. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a 1st down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gone! Now let's go!
They'll look to throw here. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. They'll pitch it out to Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let the... That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Traquan Smith hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And coming out now, the Broncos. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Good.
Here's Prescott. And that's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Prescott on 3rd and 2. And the third down pass falls incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
47.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
Detroit! Here we go now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Let's get it. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hey!
Looking to throw, and that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be taken at the 10. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, get that, let's go, get out, get out.
Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go, 40.
Prescott from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got another 1st down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game. Prescott on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? I
think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
46. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. 26.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive. knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On second down, it's Bell. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Gun!
Back to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Dante Moncrief. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make the play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Gun. Here we go. Wide eight.
A second down throw for Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Gun!
They'll set up to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me, long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Back now in Baltimore, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4.
Under. There we go. 480.
They'll run it now out of the gun across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 480. We're going to 54. 180. Here we go. 46. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Finding some room at midfield. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And there he goes again. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Here we go. 480. Here we go. 47. 46. Switch. Hey. Here we go. 46. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Willie Henry in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Prescott now on second down. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now, Barney, Barney.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Back to throw here. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Now let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got Moncrief. And down inside the 15 he goes. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Broncos defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. A give to Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
45.
He'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.